The B-2 bomber is considered the most advanced aircraft ever built. The first B-2 arrived at Whiteman Air Force Base in Knob Noster, Missouri.
But the insides are quite different.
For one thing, cockpit software and communication systems have been upgraded. The Air Force doesn't allow the cockpit to be photographed, in most cases, and the plane can only be photographed from certain angles. Something else that has been updated is the advanced high-frequency material, or magic paint as it's called, covering the plane. And there's been a big change in the weapons the plane carries. The B-2 can carry an assortment of conventional and nuclear bombs.
My name is Tech Sergeant Hugo Astudillo. I'm the load and standardization crew member here at Whiteman Air Force Base. We're in charge of training, certifying, and evaluating all the weapons loaders here at Whiteman on how to safely and reliably load weapons on the B-2. This is a GBU-31 version 3. It is a 2,000-pound class munition. It's GPS guided. The GBU-31 version 3 has a hardened nose to penetrate targets. It also has a strake assembly to stabilize it in flight so that when it's dropped from the aircraft, it doesn't spin out of control. This is our B-2 weapons load trainer. It's the only one of its kind in the Air Force. We use it to help us with our weapons load training. Instead of taking a $2.2 billion aircraft out of the lineup, we use this for training. This piece of equipment is our smart bomb rack assembly. The B-2 holds 4 of these, 2 in each weapons bay. Each one is capable of carrying 20 Mark 82s or GBU-38 weapons, which are 500-pound class munitions. This in turn gives us a capability to attack 80 distinctive targets. What makes these racks smart is that it has a 1760 interface, which allows the aircraft to communicate with the weapons. These are the individual racks that hold the munitions. There's 2 hooks spaced 14 inches apart where the lugs go in and lock itself to the rack. In the aft section, we have the 1760 cable, which is what interfaces the bomb with the aircraft, and that way both can talk to each other. In the past, we had to take into account wind, velocities, and altitude, and angles, and all different types of variables with the airplane dropping munitions. Nowadays, it's as simple as programming coordinates into the bomb and letting the bomb do all the work for us. It's more accurate and easier to designate targets.
There's one technological breakthrough that may eventually put manned bombers out of business: unmanned aircraft. But not everyone is comfortable with the idea of nuclear weapons being on board a computer-controlled plane. And not all pilots are crazy about unmanned aircraft either.
As a pilot, I would never say that I'd rather be on the ground piloting a remotely controlled vehicle, but that is the way that it's going, and I think it's just a new age, and there's a lot of technology out there. It's really changing the way the battles